Oh, fucking hell. Right, now you can.
That's a great start.
Oh, is that we started already?
Yeah, we're starting, mate. We started.
Hey, all right.
Oh god.
Wait, hang
Fuck's sake, no, because he's gonna make me yawn.
Not my
Let's
fucking
go.
fault.
Let's go.
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh. All right, get on with it. Keep it in. We do it live. Keep it in. We do it live.
We are.
Okay, we ball. Hello. Thanks for tuning in to On the Front Row. My name's Tom.
My name's Archie.
And I'm Harry. And today, episode 2, we're going to be giving our thoughts on the pre-season testing. Yeah, we should have really done this as it finished, but someone decided to go to Poland for the weekend, so we're doing it now.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Live it large with Kubica.
But yeah, no, it's three decent days. I think, although obviously you can never tell how the cars are going to be just from testing, but I think it's given everyone a lot of good insight.
You know what? I'm actually willing
Into
to
seeing
say
it,
this
yeah.
is like the first testing that I've seen where it's not very conclusive. Like, I think that
Yeah.
there's obviously stake look shit. We knew that going into it, but
Yeah.
everything else, I don't really know who's sandbagging, who's not, who's got more pace, who's not. I mean, the fact that Sainz went quickest is like worrying because I don't think Williams is that good.
Yeah, I mean,
Just how many
Sainz had
people
help on. They were fairly consistently up there. Like, obviously, yeah, we can never tell what kind of programs all the teams are doing. So some of the teams might be doing a lot slower race pace ones, whereas Williams might have been doing like more quali pace programs. But they were up
Williams for the World Championship? You think?
there. I wouldn't go that far, but I could see them in the points pretty consistently.
See, I can't see that happening.
I think with their driver lineup, I think they could.
Why? What was wrong with Logan Sargent and Franco Colapinto?
Well, you could have stopped it there at Logan Sargent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, fucking Franco Colapinto fucking it into the barriers every 2 minutes.
Yeah, but
You did get points though.
Okay, that's made it sound like I don't like Franco Colapinto.
You don't.
I love Franco Colapinto. He was fucking great. But I don't know. I'm a bit salty that he is definitely going to replace Dooner Alpine for literally no reason other than the fact he's minted.
Yeah, we'll see. It might happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Doohan had a fairly strong testing.
Yeah,
like I think all 3 days, I think he actually did pretty well.
Yeah, the first morning was a bit shaky for him, but obviously he's getting used to the car. But I think as the test went on, he definitely got a lot stronger, a lot more comfortable in it.
Yeah, to be honest, I think that was the same with all the rookies. I think Bortoletto actually had a pretty good 3 days.
Yeah,
I know he did his one, like send it lap, and that was actually a pretty good lap in the end.
But yeah, so it comes on to quite a good point actually. It was a few of the commentators, Croft and stuff, were saying it during a testing. Like, do you think, like, as a driver coming in, like either a rookie driver or a team looking for a new driver to come into the team, do you think that having that pace or consistency off the bat is more important?
I think pace is more important.
Yeah.
Because we've seen drivers who have been consistent, but not quick before. And
like Logan Sargent.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can teach consistency.
You can't.
No,
I don't know. That's a bit of a tricky one because I think you can, in some aspect, teach pace.
Yeah,
because
I think it's easier to teach consistency though.
Yeah, 100%. It is easier to teach consistency. But
the point I'm making,
for me, pace comes with experience. It's knowing the track layout. So if you're quick off the bat, you know, the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was going to say. Is like, if you start off quick, there's not a big chance that you're going to like get slower with time.
Yeah.
But if you start off slow but consistent, yes, you'll be a very consistent driver by the time you get used to it, but you'll still just be a slow
Yeah,
driver.
but if you're still slow, you're never going to make the points, even if you are consistent. Yeah, no, definitely.
So,
And to be honest,
I'd say that's where K-Mag is as well. K-Mag's a very consistent driver, but he's not that quick of a driver. He's got great he's got good racecraft. Quality pace, however, you got to admit he's been absolutely done over by Hulkenberg last year.
got a pole position, not last year, but he got a pole position. I think a big culprit of consistent but not quick is Zhao. Yeah, the car was shit, but again,
Yeah,
he
I
just
got to admit, it's 2020.
he wasn't quick. He was consistent, and to be honest, his debut race, we thought, we were seeing the makings of a good driver.
Yeah,
But
because didn't he get points in his first race?
Yeah, he came ninth.
yeah, 9th or 10th. It was one
Yeah.
of the two. But like he's one that he was consistent. I mean, admittedly, yes, he was consistently at the back, but there's not much you were going to do in that car last year.
Hey,
The
he beat
year
Bottas.
before, he did. The year before, he had a decent year, and his first year, he had a pretty good year as far as rookies go. It's just he wasn't quick enough. Whether that comes from low confidence of the car being absolutely dog shit, or other makings.
Yeah.
I mean, Zhao's why are we even talking about this? But I'm just gonna say,
I don't know.
Zhao is a tricky one because I think Zhao had a lot of talent, but again, it was wasted at a shit team because 2022 he was unreal. If it wasn't for that car's horrendous reliability, he would have done really, really well. But it obviously just went downhill from there. Anyway, let's not talk about drivers that aren't even in the fucking sport anymore. Well,
No,
he is technically, he's a reserve driver, but testing.
Ferrari. Yeah.
Testing.
Yeah.
So,
again, didn't watch a lot of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got the highlights up.
oh, Sam, mate, it's not how committed you are to this podcast.
Yeah. Don't worry. Harry watched all 3 days fully.
Pretty much, my phone was basically dead at the end of every day.
Yeah, so he's got all the information. I did keep tabs on it. How it was going. Kept up to date. Watched what I could watch.
Yeah.
But again, it's testing. Like, there's not really a lot you can do as a fan. There's not a whole heap. Like, yeah, it's cool seeing the cars out on track because this is probably the first time you're seeing them with the new liveries, with the new drivers. But at the end of the day, it's testing. Like, it's never. That's never going to reflect how the season's going to go.
I mean,
definitely.
I don't know. I mean, looking at McLaren, I think the season isn't going to be as close as I think it was because they were sandbagging hard.
Yeah.
Right. You see how many laps Lando and Oscar reported towards the end.
Yeah,
Like sector
ridiculous.
3.
Yeah, just it's every other lap.
And
they were just like, oh no, we'll slow that down. Yeah,
and they were still very, very quick.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as close as I was expecting it to be, which is a shame. But we can still see. There's no be all and end all yet. But
exactly, you've got to think as well. Like, yes, okay, McLaren was going to have a really fast car, but Norris isn't terribly consistent. Like, you've obviously everyone knows and loves to take the piss out of his starts, but those starts will make him lose races.
oh yeah, that is going to be.
So even if he can push 30 seconds on, I think they were saying like their race pace was like 30 seconds or something ridiculous quicker than Ferrari. Like, yeah, Ferrari were on slower tyres. They're on the C2 whilst McLaren were on the C3, but like, well, yeah, it was just nuts. But if he hasn't got that good start, or if he's not consistent enough in the race, then he's not going to win.
Well, I think there are going to be a couple of things that could happen. Is that it's going to depend entirely on how or where Ferrari are when it starts, because the rumor is that they're not going to be great. They're going to be more battling with Mercedes. I think we can both agree, or all of us can agree, Red Bull ain't going to be there this year because they looked poor. They looked really poor. The only thing that car has is Max Verstappen.
Yeah, like we're saying it poor, but again, it's this is always like a tough one to figure out, because again, they did the least amount of laps out of all the teams over 3 days. I think they did like 300 and something.
Yeah, there was
Like,
a reason for that.
It was low 300s, so that's not really a good indicator. Whether that's down to just issues with the car or
Oh
or
yeah,
what.
Lawson had a lot of issues, but mainly it was like them trying to work out a setup because they went through about 3 different front wings, like setups to try with that, and then it was just they had the Flovis on the car for the last hour of testing. Like that should be been and gone, and then day 3 is where you're sort of running the car, putting it to its paces a bit, not still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with this vehicle. It's alarming to see, and again, everyone obviously Lawson's had his spin in practice, so he needs to be out of the car immediately, and Yuki Tsunoda needs to be put in it for one season before moving over to Aston Martin, where Nui will win him a world championship.
Well, I was actually about to say, like you said, them putting Flovis on the car right at the end. That's just a new effect. Like he's not there this season, and they're already going, oh, what the fuck? Like how does this car work?
Speaking of the Nui effect, people at Aston Martin, I've seen it on Instagram recently. Like all the comments are like, "Oh, Nui's already got his clause in. Nui's done this. Nui's done that." The day of recording this is Nui's first day.
I was gonna say this is
third
his
of the
first day.
third.
He literally signed. Well, I say signed. He literally went to Aston Martin HQ at 9 o'clock this morning.
Exactly.
For everyone listening, it's Monday the 3rd of March that we're recording this on. That's his first day. I think people assumed he started at the start of this year.
Look, I think a lot of people think that because of I'd say it now. The Aston Martin is the most stark different looking car to what they had last year. That thing looks completely brand new, but obviously it does not look quick at all. I think they're going to be one of the bottom teams this year. We know from what I've seen, Alonso isn't happy at all, and what they've seemed to do is try and make the car a bit more consistent across various tracks, but they've not affected its performance at all.
Exactly. I mean, it's like we were talking about just before we started. Like that turn 11, you could see they showed replays of the McLaren, the Alpine going around there, absolutely no problem. And then the Aston comes round, same amount of lock, and it's just going in a straight line.
Yeah, a lot of understeer by the looks of it.
Massive.
It's the same as the Red Bull last year. The start of last year, the Red Bull had a lot of understeer.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it was Stroll in the car, but still.
What do you mean about Lawrence Strolovic? What make Lancelot Strolovic is his full name, isn't it? Lancelot Strolovic. What do you think about what are you saying? Are you saying he's a bad driver?
Yes. No, he's not the worst.
Sorry, are we going to forget his front row starts in Turkey?
Where did he finish?
3rd.
Did he?
Did he? I don't know.
No, he finished 3rd in Baku.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Baku. I don't know where he finished in Turkey. I don't care either.
No.
I was gonna say because Turkey, that was Hamilton's 7th. He won it there, didn't he? Or something.
Maybe.
Anyway, we're
speaking of 7th. Obviously, it's a new season coming on, and on the talk of championships, do we think Max can match Schumacher's record of 5 in a row?
No.
I
don't think. I mean, again, looking at the Red Bull this year, losing Nui and losing the remaining 50% of their staff has not done them any favors, believe it or not. You know, Wheatley's gone, isn't he already? Or is that next year?
No, I think.
We need a quick look search here. Search it up.
So
yeah, I think he's gone because didn't Bonotto actually only sign for?
No, because Bonotto's there now.
I know he's there at stake, but he switches over to Audi when they do the switch, and I think Wheatley's in the.
No, he's at Sauber now. Sauber 2025.
Wow. Okay, so they've lost Wheatley already.
They lost Wheatley. They've lost Nui. Obviously, this means nothing, but the pit crew guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name completely, but he's an icon. He's gone
But
as well.
He's gone.
So I don't know what the fuck has happened to Red Bull. Well, I know exactly what happened to Red Bull internally. Horner got his chopper out, and
Yeah.
But Sarai supports Calf, so that's fine.
yeah, he got his chopper out, and Helmut Marko is a villain of Nazi level proportion.
Jesus.
Okay, we might have to cut that out. Fuck it, no, I don't care. He is. He looks villainous, right?
That bit I agree with.
He clearly is a fucking villain.
Yeah, you always think he's definitely scheming all the time. Whenever you see him in like a camera shot of him, he's staring like, what can I do to ruin the competition?
Half staring. He's only got one eye.
Okay, yeah, fair.
So, yeah, I did not know he used to be an F1 driver though. That's mental.
Was he?
Yeah, he lost his eye in an accident. His visor split and it went into his eye. I don't know. I think it was in the 70s. He was an F1 driver. Proper back end team, like, but.
Yeah, well, that's probably one I've ever heard of him. Racing, that is.
Let me double check that because I don't know if that's one of the facts that I've just randomly made up. You guys keep talking.
Oh God, put us on the spot here. I mean, I guess we can talk about, instead of just overall how the teams have done, just how Bahrain has done with just the power cut that lost an hour of testing on day one.
Power you've had it's been wacky the last 3 days.
It has.
They've had a power cut, they've had rain,
Yep.
they've had the bus go on the runoff area.
Yep.
And
one of the panes of glasses from the race director's box fall onto the track.
Yeah, it's been a wacky couple of days at Bahrain.
Yeah.
Just to confirm it, yes, Helmut Marko competed in 10 Grand Prix across 1971 and 1972, but he lost his eye when some shit went through his visor, and that ended his racing career.
Oh, well, there you go.
The more you know.
But yes, he looks absolutely terrifying, and he is Austrian, which does not spell well for a lot of people in that team.
Nope. At least he didn't go to art school.
There is that.
There is. But, I mean, anyway, moving on from Helmut Marko and...
Quickly moving on from Helmut Marko before I anger him further.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you know what? We'll move on to something a bit more light-hearted. Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari.
Yes.
We've seen him do numerous laps now.
Mm-hmm.
Was the fastest in the morning on day 2.
Yep.
How are we feeling? How do we think he's going to do? What are our thoughts on it?
I think he's looking good in that car. I think he's kind of back to he's remotivated again. I think the past couple of years at Merck where they were a bit shit, like kind of dropped back. I think he was just getting a bit bored. And now he's in that Ferrari, which is looking like, yeah, okay, it won't be the quickest car off the start, but it's looking like a really solid car. I think he's going to put up a good fight with Leclerc, with the McLaren boys. I think he's kind of got his spark back with F1, because like he said, like it's not, if he wins the championship this year, it's not going to be his 8th, it's going to be his first for Ferrari. So I think he's really taking on this challenge. And he's never going to be back to where he was, but he's definitely a lot more back than he was at Merck the past few years.
Yeah, I just think the change of management is sort of what's given him this new lease of life.
Yeah.
It felt like, it definitely is, especially in the recent days with everything coming out. It seems like Toto and him didn't get along towards the end of it.
No, well, you saw that comment he made. The reply to Toto's comment, like.
But I think, yeah, this is the thing, and I think I was saying it to you. Once Toto finds his new talent, that's it.
Mm.
He'll completely disregard the second driver and throw all of his eggs into the one basket. And I think that's what he's going to do with Antonelli. I think he's going to absolutely what's the word? He is going to pretty much just give Antonelli everything he wants and to mold him into the driver that he wants him to be.
Yeah, which is sad for Russell because Russell's still a fucking good driver.
Yeah, I think he's a good driver. I think it's typical that the time he makes his move to Mercedes, they're nowhere near as good as they were.
Mm.
It's an odd one. Does he need to leave to progress? Are Merc ever going to get back to how they were? Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season.
Yeah,
Especially at Merc with no Hamilton. I
Yeah.
am intrigued to see if he goes into the Mercedes pit wall when he goes for a pit stop like he did with
when he moved to
McLaren.
Mercedes, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll see if he's learnt off that.
He's probably been hounded about that by everyone. So, don't forget to go to the correct box this time, like you did last time.
Yeah, but you've
We
also
saw
got to remember.
Verstappen did it as well.
But you've got to remember who he's gone to. He's gone to Ferrari. They
Yeah.
will probably forget.
Yeah, I mean, he should remember because the car is bright red, whereas the
Both
Mercedes
cars, yeah, they were
were
both fucking.
silvery chrome. But Verstappen did it as well. He in testing he started to go into the first pit box, which is obviously McLaren now, and he forgotten how to move back in and go into the second one. Like it happens, it probably will happen, but
Third, don't they? Well, they finished third last
sorry,
year.
yeah, third.
Yeah, Ferrari was second.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know what I mean. They weren't in the first pit box.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know his numbers clearly.
I don't know. It looks like he's a bit more confident in that Ferrari than he has been with Mercedes in the past couple of years. Like, I think he's openly admitted. I don't know if it's just again optimism that he's got because obviously he's been completely demoralised at Merc the past couple of years. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't want to get my hopes up too much because it is still Ferrari. Look,
Yeah,
you know, words of Sebastian Vettel. Everyone's a Ferrari fan, even though you say you're not.
of course, yeah.
But
Everyone is.
but in your heart, you know Ferrari are fucking dog shit. You know that you know that there's always going to be something to go wrong. Either they've got one of the best driver lineups we've ever seen, and I guarantee you the car won't be there. They're like, no matter what happens, they can't get it right. So I'm not too optimistic.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping Hamilton will bring that kind of, obviously the lack of strategy Ferrari have had in the past few years. Hopefully Hamilton brings that strategy to that, because you've seen a lot of times when Hamilton's been racing, like someone said, oh, like he's been told to pit, but then he's gone, actually no, I think we should wait till here to pit, or no, I think we should use this tyre instead, and then he's gone on to win.
Well, he needs to. I'd like to see it. Not overly confident, but we'll see. We'll have.
Sure.
We will see.
I think Australia's going to be a good race to watch, even though it's at 4:00 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, that's gonna be a struggle.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to wake up to.
We're not waking up, lads.
Okay. I'd just like to point this out. Obviously, our first episode,
Yes.
we discussed the liveries and the F175 launch event,
Of
and I was quite harsh on the Alpine.
Knew this was coming.
That rant was.
The rant at the time was warranted.
Generational crash out.
I
It
mean,
was
a lot of
warranted.
it was to do with the DJ.
No,
Like,
it wasn't. His whole
Was it not?
crash out was to do with Alpine and how the livery looks shit. And do you know what? I think I would have accepted him as a man if he stuck to his guns.
I think it takes a bigger man to admit when they're wrong, Tom. And that is exactly what I'm doing. That car on track looks absolutely superb. I see the vision. In renders and like the photos, it looked absolutely horrible.
Mhm.
Don't like it. I'm still on like agree with. I still agree that the BWT on the side needs to be more consistent with the rest of the car, but I like it. I do like the whole thing. Seeing it from different angles, it works a lot better than just the angles we were shown.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not much I would change. Aston Martin looks worse on track than I thought, as does the Sauber's absolutely terrible.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's matte.
Yeah, it's just a really weird, like,
Yeah, it's
lighty green. It's not.
and to be
Yeah,
honest, it almost looks like the stake. I don't know if you've seen this, but you know on the Halo,
Yeah.
it almost seems like the stake livery is going to fall off. It just
Mm.
seems like it's been fucking
yeah,
stuck on.
Yeah.
it's really bad. No, really, really bad. If it was glossy, might be a bit better, but the matte is
Yeah.
awful.
No, the matte just does not. It does not work with it at all. And the fact, like, it's not like a. Like last year, their green. It was like quite like a bright, bright energetic green. But this one is just like it's
Yeah.
just a bit flat. It's just like it's just there on the car. Like it's not. It doesn't look like it's got any purpose.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's gross,
Mm.
but it's okay. We move on.
It's fine. Yeah.
Uh, what do we think about the rookies then? Because obviously we've seen them in action now, but
Yeah. I think they've all been pretty solid. They've all. Yeah, they've had obviously. It's their first times in the car. They're not going to be very quick. They're not going to be
well,
up there, but they're doing better than I thought they were.
well, you say it's their first time in the car, but the only ones that actually have not had a lot of time in an F1 car is Bortoleto and Hadjar. The others have had hours and hours and hours of testing in previous cars, but since the rule changes that have come in this year to limit the amount of testing hours, it means that I think only in last year's car, Bortoleto and Hadjar only had about an hour,
Mm.
whereas Antonelli's had thousands, and obviously Lawson. Are we counting Lawson as a rookie?
Technically, he is, but I don't think he technically is
No,
because he hasn't done more than half a season.
Well, what was the guy that tweeted at Crofty? Karun Chandok has had the same amount of races as.
Yeah, technically, if Karun Chandok was to join now, he'd be a rookie.
He'd be a rookie, yeah.
That's what I mean. That's funny. Get him in.
Yeah, Cadillac. Cadillac
Yeah.
2027, you know.
Well, they want a. We'll probably get to this a bit later, but they want Colton Herta, don't they, for their
Mm.
which I think is going to be very. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think that's going to go well for him. Anyway, but fuck it, we'll move on. We'll stick to what we're on now. Let's not get sidetracked.
That's the whole point of getting sidetracked.
Yeah, but well, testing again. I don't think we've actually seen a lot this year. I mean, I think it's not like 2023 testing where you saw Aston Martin and they were like, "Oh my god, they're actually going to be really good this year," and they were. I've not seen any of that. I'm completely in the dark. I don't know what's going to happen. The rookies that are there, Antonelli again, he's got the pace. I don't know if he'll have the consistency. Or that's what we were saying, wasn't it, Tom, the other day? Like, I think he'll be quick, like quality wise, he'll be unreal. But when it comes to actually wheel to wheel racing, I'm not too sure how well it's going to go.
Mm.
Yeah,
But sort of the similar problem with Lando Norris last year. Pace wise, he was good, but wheel to wheel, he got nervous. He got very nervous. He made mistakes, whereas that's what Max Verstappen did different. He did not get nervous. He did not make mistakes.
He just pushed people off.
Yeah, he just got a little bit aggressive with people.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's testing. You can never really, it never really determines how the season's going to be. You're not seeing a team's true form. Unless you Stake. I'm adamant Stake are going to do shit this year. But yeah, it's going to be an odd one. The only way you're only really going to find out how well people do on quali.
Really? You're only going to see how well people do on the actual race weekend?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
I
mate,
know.
I didn't fucking know that.
I know. It's a crazy concept, but I
You
just
sound like Will Buxton then.
Who?
whoa. Let's
No.
not be slagging off Will Buxton. All right, I've
William
heard that job role he's going, seeing as he's pissed off to IndyCar. So
What,
I'm doing my
professional-
utmost.
What, professional bullshitter?
I'm right on that. I am writing my cover letter as we speak.
I don't know. I might make an application to join Red Bull because they're going through fucking drivers at a rate or not.
Fucking go through staff. You might become fucking the new Adrian Newey.
Wouldn't be hard. Just go over there with like a fucking vape on their little car models. Like, right, there you go. How hard could that realistically be? Like, I'm sure Adrian Newey's fantastic and all, but how hard can that be? Just see where the lines need to go.
Clearly very hard because no one else has done it as well.
Oh, well, I was obviously joking, Tom, and you've made it serious. So thanks.
No, you've got to make it serious. Actually,
You know
the
what you
man
don't,
is
do you?
the man's gifted.
You're gifted,
That's about right.
especially gifted.
That's
What, you got a problem?
fucking. You want to go?
You want to fucking go? I'll take this outside, mate.
Yeah,
Harry
I'll
can continue this without us. We'll,
I
Yeah,
was
he
gonna
fucking
say,
go. We'll go and
Harry,
solve this.
Harry, just fucking turn us down. I'll batter him.
I'll
Harry,
not turn it on.
Harry, say the word and we'll go and have a fight.
Yeah,
Go on, then. Off you go.
fucking have a straightener.
Go on. Go on. I'm not hearing anyone go up.
Yeah, he doesn't want it. That's why.
Hang on. Come on, then. No,
Yeah,
come on, then. Just fucking meet me.
fucking meet me. Oh, fucking.
Fucking
oh,
do it. Come on,
Well,
then.
no,
Right,
we want
Harry-
to hear it. It's got to be.
Harry,
It's got to be in one of the
Harry,
rooms.
Harry, run this over. You're doing this on your own.
Yeah, give us 5 minutes.
No,
Come
that's
here,
too
then.
long.
Come here. Talk to me where it's going. Sit down in your chair, you fucking. Don't fucking sit down. Do not fucking talk to me like that. You fucking hear things about you fucking Will Buxton prick. Fuck you. Go away.
Just some
Go away.
context. They do live together.
Walk away.
As you can probably hear, it's been going really well. They love living with each other.
Yeah, spammers. Sit down. Look like a prick. Learn your place. Dress like a prick. Learn your place. Fucking checks and stripes. What's wrong with you, you spacker? Checks and stripes. Checks and stripes, yeah? Checks and stripes. Checks and stripes. Fucking prick.
We done?
Fucking hate that guy.
So do I. Well, a bit of verbal contact between us two, but there was contact on the track. Hulk and Piastri.
What a segue!
Oh yes,
Oh my god,
Yeah,
round
love
of
it.
applause. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
there was.
Hulk and Piastri. What the fuck happened? Someone was at fault there. I know Piastri was not very happy, and he did flip off Hulkenberg.
That's 20K right there.
Yeah, it probably is. But Verstappen also has a fine coming his way, but I'll get onto that in a minute. You watched it, Harry. I didn't. I just saw it.
Yep.
How'd you hit each other in fucking practice or in testing?
God knows. I just think it was just Hulkenberg just went a bit slow, and Piastri I think got caught. He just didn't react in time, and it just it wasn't a big hit. It was just tapped him. But I've got a feeling Piastri must have thought the Hulkenberg was going to go a bit wider to let him through, but didn't.
By the
And he
looks of it,
just
Hulkenberg wasn't paying attention, and he thought he was further off the racing line than he was.
yeah, it's probably both of them not paying attention, and it just happened.
Yeah, I suppose when you're in the zone, aren't you? Really, when
Exactly.
you're doing testing, you're doing numerous laps, and yeah, it's hard to lose your concentration. But no, I'm not sure if you know about Verstappen and why he's probably getting a fine. Did you see that Luke Browning was on the Williams pit? He was on the pit wall and was apparently taking photos of the Red Bull.
Nice.
So
No, him
as
and Max are friends, and he was taking a photo of Max in the car.
yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
it was. You're a conspiracy theorist, mate.
his
You're
little going into Bank album. But yeah, no, he I've seen the photo of him flipping him off, and we haven't even started the season yet, and I think we're in for some fines.
Oh, 100%. If that rule actually properly comes in, like with the swearing, they're not allowed to swear, and they'll get fined and race bans and stuff. Half the field's gonna not be in a race. It'll be like that. When was it, that US Grand Prix where they had 6 cars start because everyone's been disqualified from fucking swearing? That's what
I
it'll be.
personally think they should just, with all the money that they round up at the end of the season, just do a giveaway. Or give
Yeah.
it to Stake because
They're
they
gonna need
clearly,
it.
they clearly need the money.
I
Yeah.
don't know. They've got Audi money coming in next year, aren't they?
Mm.
Right? I'll give it to Williams.
I don't know. They might not need it after this year. Fucking James Vowles, the absolute man that he is, might have actually made a decent car.
All right then. Well, I will message the FIA and I'll ask them to give it to us.
I was about to say,
What-
give it to us.
Yeah, we'll buy some proper
Proper equipment,
shit.
proper
Yeah,
studio.
Yeah. If Mohammed bin Sulayem, or whatever his name is
Mo.
that it? I've put that up already.
Probably. So
yeah, I think you're right.
there goes any chance of FIA money.
I was going to say we would be amazing mouthpieces. I will throw away all of my morals and integrity for a bit of stone hard cash.
Well, you did that when you backtracked on how shit the Alpine looked.
No. I'm a bigger man than you for admitting that it actually looks quite nice. I wouldn't say it's the best looking car on the grid. I'd still give that to either the Haas or the Racing Bull, but it's a lot better than most of the others. Still think the Ferrari looks awful.
Yeah, I don't like the IBM sponsor on the back of the wing, the rear wing. I think that looks shit. Just blue, and it makes
Like
zero sense.
most of the other sponsors on the car.
Yeah, it's just who the fuck thought blue and red goes well together?
No,
The USA.
France on their flag.
I'm not.
Yeah, the
the
Union
US flag.
Jack,
I'm not getting into the French.
Luxembourg, Russia,
America.
America, Czech
Croatia.
Republic,
Yeah, Czech
Yeah,
Republic.
Cuba.
Belize, Cuba,
Yeah, most of the flags of the entire world, mate. So I
Panama,
think,
Dominican Republic,
blue and red go together
Right,
quite
so
well.
Thailand.
we know you play GeoGuessr, mate. Come on. It's enough, mate.
Thailand. GeoGuess is fucking locations, mate. Not fucking, it's somewhere on a map. That
No, Larry,
I am actually going to play that after this.
boring.
No more F1 Manager.
Not me.
We don't live and breathe F1.
I'm a
Harry.
part-time podcaster, for fuck's sake.
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure that's evident you're a part-time podcaster, Tom, when you came in here wanting a scrap.
Yeah, well, we could have done this podcast episode on fucking Friday night, but someone went on holiday, didn't they?
I wanted to live my life.
So who's the real part-timer?
Part-timer? You're going on holiday for 3 fucking weeks. You're missing the first 2 races of the season, you knob.
Second and third, actually. I'm here for Australia. So tune in. We will be recording that on the Sunday.
Yeah, we'll actually get that out on the day of the races. It's gonna be mental.
Maybe.
Yeah, on the Monday.
It might come out on the Monday. And if we forget, probably get it out on the Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll try and get out for the Monday. Just bear in mind we do all work full time, so if stuff
someone
doesn't
wants to
quite
do
go
it
to
for us,
schedule,
that'd be much appreciated.
what, to pay someone to edit literally 2 clips?
Whoa, no. I didn't say pay.
Oh,
Pay
okay,
did
that's
not
fine.
come out of my mouth.
Charity work.
I said if someone wants to do it for us, think of it as, supporting low creators.
Charity work.
You want to call it charity? I say supporting a noble cause.
Yeah,
we have severely gotten sidetracked.
we really
What
have.
else do we need? What else do we need to talk about? We've
Um,
literally, I don't know if you got. I don't know. Just viewers, listeners, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves. If you haven't noticed, this is a very unscripted podcast.
I'll be honest. The only other thing I've got here is, oh fucking hell, Albon on day 3 got the best sector 1 time overall. Which sort of just goes hand in hand with Williams are looking better this year, which they are, because they're one of 2 cars that have improved from last year. Everyone else is slower.
And then if you think Sainz was fastest overall the day before.
Yeah.
But no, to be fair, you're saying Williams weren't actually the biggest gainers over 2024 to 25 testing. It's actually Alpine.
Yeah.
Alpine were 2 seconds faster.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Red Bull were 1.1, McLaren were a second faster, so that's ridiculous. Those 2 teams are still getting quicker. And you got Sauber, who are 4/10 slower. How have they done that? They've made a boat.
Yeah, it's not again. We said this last week when we were doing the livery reveal. It's hard to. Well, I actually said it's hard to make shit worse. They've somehow done exactly that.
Yeah.
No, you don't see the vision. They're planning for the future.
Yeah, they are. They're
No
massively.
reason.
Yeah, they are obviously planning for the future, but fuck me, they've made it worse.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason for Stake to spend money making this car good when what they need is testing time, wind tunnel hours, and the only thing they're going to lose out on is money, but Audi have plenty of that.
I think honestly they're just planning to come bottom so they get the most CFD and wind tunnel time.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because again, absolutely no reason to try and make themselves good.
Audi 2026 champions.
Behave.
Not even a chance. Hang
on. You say that though. They dominated Le Mans for 10 years.
Yeah.
I think once they establish themselves, they're going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but you've also got to look at the fucking drivers that they've got.
What? Nico Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg, decent. Oh, he is decent. Give him a good car. He's actually a pretty good driver. Bortoletto, we've not seen a lot of, but yeah, he's won F2. Did he win F3?
Yeah, he won back to back.
Yeah. So he's done a George Russell and Oscar Piastri.
Anything else? I mean, anyway, on the topic of Sauber, they have bought a new little thing in that a lot of people probably noticed. Those little LED wheel lights. They're quite cool.
They look cool. They're needed.
I don't know. I can see them getting banned.
Why?
I reckon well, yeah. I think they will, because I thought it was like might need standard issue shit, let's say, across all pits. They'll either give it to the rest of the teams or just tell them to get rid of it, full stop. Because I don't know if that would count as like. I don't actually know too many rules regarding pit stops and stuff. So I don't know. They might have actually done something quite clever there, but
I think they have, because I mean they have the green light on top of and obviously everyone has to. I think they have to press a button on the wheel gun now to let them know that their wheel's on, and then there's a green light obviously above the driver that lets them know to go. So I think they're obviously just
I would count that as like a driver aid though, like driving assist,
what?
because that's going to be a hell of a lot easier than. Maybe not. I don't
No,
know.
the green light above the driver is on every car. It's in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pit pads.
I know that, but I mean the actual the lights on the wheel guns. I don't know. And obviously it's not a driver assist, but it's
Yeah,
an assist of some sorts, isn't it? So
it's just letting them know that the wheel's on properly. I don't think that's. But again, you could also argue it's another thing that if it fails, then they're even more screwed because they might think the wheel's gone on properly and it goes green when it's not on at all, and the wheel falls off, or they're tightening it and it's not going green, and then they keep trying to tighten it, and either they shear off the wheel nut or it's like a 10-second pit stop.
mm.
So it could slow them down as well if it goes wrong. But I just think it's like just a cool little extra thing, because there were always talks of like the wheel covers having like LEDs on them and stuff like that, wasn't there, for like sponsors and stuff. But obviously,
Yeah.
it never came up, and like McLaren had the little LED things on the side of their one side of its driver last year as well. So I don't think it's going to cause any problems, because if it did, it would have come up already.
Yeah, maybe.
Like there would have been some mention of it somewhere that, oh no, their teams aren't liking it and this stuff, which I don't like. If they won't like it because they think it's a good idea, and if they think it's a good idea, it's not going to cost a lot of money to put LEDs on a wheel.
Mm.
So yeah, anyway, I think that's pretty much everything. I mean, it was a lot of days of testing. There's a lot of stuff there. We're not the most technically knowledgeable people in the world, so we're not going to go into all the fucking changes of between pull rod and push rod and all this lot. But
Yeah, that well, we'll have to see how they actually do on track before we can really comment on them.
yeah,
But yeah, I think I don't want to get into it on this episode. I think that's going to be sort of the next week episode where we do the sort of predictions,
hmm
because I feel like they're going to be all over the place. I think we're all going to have quite varied things.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping testing would have helped clarify some things, but not really.
I think honestly, it's given me more questions than before.
Yeah,
It's
it,
really the one thing
there's
I will say I did get from testing is the cars are actually looking really, really reliable. Like, yeah, okay, Red Bull had that one problem with Lawson's car, the water pressure, but other than that, nothing really went wrong, which is unheard
what
of for
about
testing.
what about the Haas that's literally shaking itself to pieces?
Oh yeah, the engine cover came off, but
That happened to Ocon as well at winter testing. So this isn't a one-off thing. That's
yeah.
actually a known issue with that car.
Well, other than that, literally nothing happened. There's a couple of spins, but got a couple of flat spots on the tyres, but other than that, no car was stopped on track. Like the only red flags we had were because of the track, not the cars. So I think it could be a season where a lot of drivers finish a lot of the races, which will be good for the championship because it'll keep everyone in it, but it's also going to probably be a bit boring as well.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay. So anyone else got anything? Tom?
Oh, I think that's everything I've got.
Do you want to rate the lineups, or is that what we want to do next week in the? Because we've got
We'll sort of do we'll do that in predictions. I think that's sort of
yeah, I
under
think
that.
we can do that. Yeah, 'cause we've got a couple of weeks before, well, a week before the first race. So yeah, we'll do that in there because we need content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Tom, you intro so you can outro, mate.
You want me to outro as well? I've come
Yeah.
up with a nice little transition point. I've come up with the intro, and now I've got to do the outro.
I came up with the intro, you bitch.
Oh, man, I don't get paid enough for this.
You don't get paid at all. None of us do. And, any sponsors out there who do feel like paying us some money,
That would be
we will
nice.
sell out in a heartbeat.
But no, I think that is it for today's episode. Definitely an odd episode. But that's the fun of testing. They're testing on track, we're testing on the mics. I can't really think of anything else. I hope you've sort of enjoyed, and we'll be back next week for fucking something. I think it's
For
lineup.
predictions.
Yeah, it's we'll figure it out. You'll find out next week. It's probably going to be the same time. I don't know. See you later.
See you in a bit.
See ya.